Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kyoto E3. Your commentator today is myself, followed by Joshi, who will be joining me shortly in the commentary box. Starting position, Super Striker takes pole after an interesting sprint race at the FE2 sprint race, followed by Jan, followed by Jan finalises that out that first row onto Ratiek, following out that second row. Ratiek and Super Striker obviously fighting for the championship this season. ADB attackers finalises that third row here in the Kyoto E3, followed by Ruben Stunning in P7 here in Kyoto, followed by Jeffrey Mario in P8, finalising out the fourth row. Now coming onto the fifth row, finalising out the top 10, that's Nemo and Graf finish out the top 10, followed by F1 4, that will finalise the grid today in the net. Start the back of the here in Kyoto E3. This is set to be an interesting race in Kyoto E3, and now we wait for drivers to line up on the grid. In the meantime, we'll take a look at the standings for this race. Let's move to the driver standings. So, Ratiek is leading the championship currently in the FE2 standings. Ratiek leads with 138 points, followed by Super Striker the 206 points. The Scuderia driver looking to get to that championship, looking to claim more points, looking to gain points on that driver. The Delaria driver leading currently in the championship, followed by his teammate Jan in P3, 94 points, just a smidge behind Super Striker. Will be looking to also gain his position on Super Striker, climb himself up into P2 in the championship standings. Taki is in fourth with his teammate ADB in 56 points, 49 points, followed by Woody, and that's me, Merck. Now moving on to the team championship, let's have a look at team standings. We see Scuderia leading the championship with 119 points, followed by Delaria with 77 points. So currently the team with their drivers in P2 and P3 in the driver standings are leading Delaria. The team that is leading the driver standings is still a little bit pushed behind of the driver of the team Scuderia. McKenna Motorsports is also lined up in the P3 position. And we will now go back to the main race, as I believe Lights Out could be going soon here in Kyoto E3. We will now go to look at the driver starting in pole position, Super Striker. So Super Striker will be looking to lead out of turn 1, but he does start on the inside line, which is a slight momentum loss for the driver. So Jan will get a better line going into turn 1. Due to Super Striker will have to come across, so Jan will be looking to get that move done on his teammate early and quick into turn 1. So the grid is looking sort of empty, but the drivers are lined up and are ready to race. So we wait for Lights Out, which will happen momentarily as it is team time to go racing. They are looking to wait for another driver to join right now before we go into the race. Now, let me look at the chat real quick. McKinsey, or however you pronounce your name, joined the Discord server. Discord server, I'm supposed to link in the chat. Okay, so it is only a moment of time before we go racing in Kyoto. We're just waiting. The yellow lights show to signify that the start lights will be going soon. So we await for the red lights to show on that starting line. I believe we are possibly waiting for a driver to join. but this is a common thing. I believe the driver has joined now, so he comes to the end of the pits, I believe. That would be... I'm not aware who that might be. That is a real Al comes to the end of the pits there. Once again, just a quick reminder, Super Striker stolen some pole, followed by his teammate, Jan. So the Scooter team looking dominance once again, showing their dominance in FE2, showing their dominance to win that Constructor Championship, and Super Striker will be going for that championship. So will Jan. Jan's not too far behind in P3 if we go back to the standings and have a quick look whilst we wait for them lights to go out. So once again, Ratiek leads with a quite comfortable margin, 22 points. Super Striker and Jan also looking to lead in this race and gain some points on that team. Delario, of course, second in the constructors as well. So we just wait for them red lights now. Okay, now we do see them 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go. Super Striker gets a good start off the line. Very good start from Super Striker. Great reaction time from the driver. Jan a bit behind, but Ratiek gets the move done on on Jan into turn 1. Ratiek now. Sorry, no, that wasn't Ratiek. That was actually. Hold on, if you give me a moment, we'll go live with Takis. No, not Takis. Takis isn't the driver we should be watching. So we see Jan now coming through that turn. Is in a Delaria sandwich up the bridge straight, as some people like to call it, into the 4th hairpin of the track. Jan goes in good, goes out wide, but the Delaria driver gets a better exit through there. Now into the tricky part of the track. Jan showing dominance through this area, trying to stay with the Delaria drivers. Delaria drivers showing absolute pace through these starting moments of the track. Just a little update, Joshi has now joined me in the commentary box, I believe.
Hello.
I will send you the link.
Alright, thank you. Hello, people. I'm sorry for being late.
That's all good.
Fucking hell, I'm tired. Oh, I can't swear.
You're all good. It's only FE2. Now, so Jan still leads, Takis overtook him on the line, but Jan is still in P3, now looking to get that move done on Takis. He does get the move done into the 1st hairpin of the track, now moves away, starting to pull a gap from Takis coming down this little straight into another hairpin. This track has many of them, but he gets that hairpin absolutely spot on. Coming up the bridge straight, now he comes down the bridge, leading with a gap, comfortable gap, and Super Striker is currently taking it away at the lead of the race.
So can I, just for me specifically, give me a quick rundown of what's happened so far?
Lap started, no one's already crashed. Jan got put in the Delaria sandwich, he got out of it fine, and now the Scooter... Oh, Jan touches the wall there though, and does go back a position. Now Takis will be fighting him side by side through this S section. Sorry, Joshi, for the quick interruption there. Now into the chicane area. The Delaria has been dominant through there. Takis is going to lead over the line. Now we see Takis leads over the line, followed by Jan, followed by Ratiek, followed by Monkey, followed by Jeffrey, Mario, followed by, I believe, ADB, if we wait for him to cross the line. No, Graft gets that position on ADB done. The Delaria and Scooter Rear is still going at it through these turns. Jan goes a little bit wide. That will be cutting corner. Did not slow down after cutting the corner, but that is fine since there is a CC limit anyway. Coming down, Ratiek on the rear of the Scooter Rear driver, Jan now followed by Ratiek down this bridge straight in, coming to the another hairpin. Ratiek goes wide, now comes inside, going to get a better exit speed. Then Jan through these turns into the difficult part of the track, now coming down that back straight. And Ratiek will have more speed going into the double left-hander.
Yeah. So
Go on.
they all seem to be running at quite a threat at the moment. So at the moment they are actually running quite fast, but I think any mistake that they make could actually cost them quite a bit. You can see, I think is it the X far behind them, the pink car,
No, it's not the
a
X.
monkey bro.
We don't run
Oh, do you know? Is it? Oh, it's the Avalanche. So the Avalanche behind Monkey Roller. He'll be looking to try and make up on any mistakes the drivers ahead make. So we'll have to see what happens towards the end of the race.
Yeah, 100%. This could be a tactical decision from Scooter, holding back the Delaria drivers. Obviously, they'll be going inside each other, causing a bit of lag. A bit of vision. What's it called? What's the word? Vision blockage from the Delaria drivers, and currently the championship rival of Ratiak is taking it away at the front of the grid. Any predictions, Joshy, for the race?
Well, the Avalanche just spun.
Oh, my bad. I did not.
Monkey Bro just spun as he goes wide, coming out of the. I think it is the last hairpin on the. No, well, yeah, one of the last hairpin on the circuit. So we're dropping there, but at the moment, it honestly all seems pretty stable. I think mostly we'll see Super Striker win this race quite easily with the pace he's got at the moment. But also looking at P2, 3, and 4, I think it's not decided yet, and it won't be decided until the final lap of the race. Because any mistake that these guys make can easily be picked up on by the drivers behind. So if we're thinking of a mistake by Jan, Retiek and Takis and Monkey Brawl, they can all beat. As we can see there, Jan making a mistake, and now Retiek is currently ahead. So I think at the moment Super Striker is going to win as long as he can keep this up. But the top three, or 2, 3, 4, isn't necessarily decided yet.
Yeah, obviously, as the positions stand, Super Strike will gain on this championship rival. Ratiek and Jan will lose points to out of that championship battle, slowly leaving the championship battle. Jan is, if we take a closer look at the standings now, once again, Ratiek leads the championship as we see Super Striker just 22 points behind. So quite a large gap early on in the season, but Super Strikers pulled it back through the recent races, winning in the sprint race, giving him extra points for the standings. So the standings haven't been updated with the sprint points, but as far as I'm aware, Super Striker did gain points in the sprint race. Now, if we go back to the main screen, back on board with Jan. Jan is slowly losing time to Ratiek, and Ratiek is comfortably gained a position and now taking it away from the driver. But Super Striker still gaining time, about 4 attempts on Ratiek that lap alone, so that would be a comfortable win if Super Striker just cruises it to the finish and the current pace stays the same for the two drivers. Obviously, though, we did see in the FE1 race quite a few spins from the drivers, actually. It could be complaints from the track to driver skill issue.
I think from the time that I drove on this track, this has got quite high tyre wear, because obviously this track's been on the calendar a few times in the past. So with it being such like a tight circuit and it's like basically fast everywhere, there's a lot of tyre wear. So whether drivers are starting to struggle with tyre wear, I don't know, but it could be something to do with that.
Yeah, obviously in FE1 they get a pit stop, but FE2 you can get a pit stop, but it's not mandatory for the drivers. We did hear quickly at the start before I joined the stream and started commentating, Super Striker was asking to pit, and I don't know if that was allowed or not, but they are very fast now. Super Striker's lap is a 109 and the average lap in the FE1 series was a 108, so FE2 is not too far behind. And what do you have to say about that, Joshi?
Oh yeah, well obviously it isn't too far behind, and I think with the cars being a bit more oversteery in FE1. Oh shit! I just left the game. With the cars being a bit more oversteery in FE1, they can get around some of them corners a bit quicker. But to be honest with you, it shouldn't matter too much. And with the main difference with the FE1 cars is their brakes can like lock up a lot harder than the FE2 cars. So if you make a mistake into a hairpin, you're going to lose a lot more time than making a mistake in the FE2 cars.
The FE1 and FE2 cars are quite different. The FE1 cars, I'd say, are understeery, where the FE2 cars are a bit. The FE2 cars are a bit oversteery. Coming through.
Definitely a lot more stable than the FE1 cars.
A lot more stable for sure. They sort of ride over the bumps slightly a bit more. Obviously, bumps are to a track issue, but when the cars can handle bumps, that is even better. Jan gets a bit slidey through that chicane turn though, and Jan is obviously moving down. So we do see Monkey now take that P3 position, that P4 position, fighting with Takis. These FE2 drivers are not required to take attack time. I don't even think there's attack time in FE2, so Monkey takes that wide entrance to get a better exit speed into the flat left-hander there, coming into a hairpin. Takis is right on the tail of him though, trying to get that position back, gain that position back, gain in the championship standings on Monkey. Now coming over the bridge straight down into the another hairpin. You know what, Monkey is slowly catching to Jan as well, so this is now going to be a three-way battle for that final podium position with Takis, Jan and Monkey.
I mean,
oh, gone.
Oh, I won't be surprised if one of them ends up pitting. I think, is that Jan going a bit slow? No, Ratiek, I think it went a bit slow on the straight. I'm not sure if he had a fake bit early on, but I wouldn't be very surprised if one of them ended up pitting. I think people have done pit stops on this track before, and it does work.
Jan
and
spins.
is no, well, yeah,
Jan.
That's Jan spun.
Jan has spun, giving Monkey the position. Now it's only a two-way battle for that P3 position. Maybe the pressure got to him a little bit just there through that chicane section. Now he's going to have a Jeffy Mario behind him. Jeffy Mario will be looking to capitalise off that spin from Jan. Sorry, now continuing with Joshy as we was speaking.
Well, I forgot what I was saying, but I think once we get further into the race, the lap times are so much more detrimental to what we can see now. You know, obviously lap times at the moment, they are consistently slow, but it's only by 3/10. So once we get to like lap 12, 13, we might see some people try and refresh their tyres because obviously they want to try and gain. They'll end up gaining that time back.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, like Joshy said before, this is a high degradation track, and drivers was complaining sort of before the race. Like I said, Superstracker was requesting pits to be allowed, and I'm not sure if they were allowed or not in this race, but we should see maybe possibly a driver to pit in the race because of a high degradation. Ratiek now in a comfortable lead from Monkey. Did Monkey spin? Possibly. Monkey spun. Yes. No, he didn't actually. Ratiek and Superstracker just happily in the lead. In fact, Ratiek is slowly gaining on the current leader, Superstracker. So we could see a coming battle for P1 in the upcoming laps, and I think that is a lap car now from Superstracker coming up ahead into the hairpin. Superstriker will be getting to look him out of the way. Obviously, Superstriker's last lap was a 1:10.4, and Ratiek's lap time last time around was a 1:09.9. So he's gained 5/10 just off one lap. And if Ratiek can do that consistently, it should be easy to overtake for the Delaria driver at Scooter Race.
Can I just mention something? I don't think Takis has ever gotten a feature race podium.
No, I don't believe he has. Obviously, we only started coverage of the FE2 season recently, but he didn't get the feature sprint. Well, sorry, the feature race podium last time out. So
I don't know. The only race I can think where he did insanely well was Mexico. He managed to get pole position there. I don't know if he converted to the race win in the race on a Sunday, but I think we might be able to see a best finish for Takis this weekend.
That would be.
I mean, that would be very interesting. And at the moment, he's in P4. I think. Obviously, I'm not 100% sure what his best is. I'm trying to look through the recent race results, but you know, I think that he might be on. Like I said, be on for his best race result.
That would be
a podium.
A wonderful drive from the Delaria driver, I believe.
The Scotsman, flying Scotsman.
You flying Scotsman.
He's the flying Scotsman.
Flying Scotsman, as we create a new nickname for the driver for Delaria coming down that back straight. He'll be looking to gain on Monkey through the next coming laps, and I think with 14 laps ahead, he can definitely catch. Obviously, all it takes around this track is one spin. You lose about 2 positions, and Takis could be on for his best ever finish, for sure. Superstriker and Ratiek. Ratiek is still gaining time on Superstriker, and you can see that tyre degradation. Probably Ratiek's just controlling that a bit more in the current laps, and Super Striker's getting a bit away with these tyres. Like Joshy said, high tyre degradation. If drivers can keep that under control, then they're bound to gain positions before the end of the race here in Kyoto.
I just want to say, I did see just before the start of this lap, Monkey Brawl made a mistake coming into the final chicane. He went quite a bit wide. I'm not sure if you can get a track limit there, but that's something to look out for. I think he's starting to feel the pressure of his tyres getting a bit more degraded, and also the pressure of having Takis run behind him. As he's not making too many mistakes, so he seems to be running quite a good race.
Yeah, 100%. And if Takis can keep his tyre degradation under control, that will be certainly time gained for the Delaria driver. The Scooter Race driver is looking absolutely dominant as well. Jan has fallen back a bit, but he's slowly gaining back on his position. Obviously, it's spinning and dropping down to P6. He gained that position on Jeffy Mario straight after the spin, leaving himself in P5.
I mean, at the moment, we are starting to get to the point where the lap times are consistently slower. Like I said, like around 14, 15, you know. We're seeing now most of the drivers' times are about 6/10 from their best. Super Striker being a bit off there, he's been about 7. But other than that, you know, you got you're getting like a 1:10.2 and then a 1:10.7 for Monkey Brawl. You got a 1:10.5 and a 1:11 for Jan. I think we're starting to get to that point where if pit stops are allowed, it might be better to do it now, because you're going to be gaining 0.5 tenths a lap from now on, up until lap 25. So if we're talking, 12 laps, that's 6 seconds that you'll end up gaining.
Yeah, 100%.
Overall.
Now the Scooter driver of Super Striker, the Scooter driver, now comes across the line for lap 14. So basically midway through the race now, I'd say. Crossing the line. Ratiek gaining 5 tenths that lap. He's gaining a tenth to 3 to 5 tenths a lap. So Super Striker will have pressure on him coming on the upcoming laps. Obviously, to 5 tenths, he'll be caught up in full 4 laps. I do expect a ending lap battle from the two drivers. Super Striker coming up the back straight now, as we see that Delaria driver in the distance.
I just want to say, Monkey Brawl is starting to struggle in Sector 3 a lot, so Takish is constantly like digging into it. You know, he's been gaining tenths per lap, so whether we're going to see an overtake from soon, we don't know. As you can see, Monkey Brawl setting at 1:14, Takish is 1:12.3, so he's gaining 1.3, but like just because of that mistake in Sector 3, so this is a battle to look out for the final podium spot.
Yeah, 100%. Takis will be looking to get his best feature race. Oh, and was that Super Striker into the pits? Yeah, this Super Striker taking a pit stop, looking to gain that position. As we see him stop now, looking to recharge his tyres a little bit on these laps. Now comes out of the pits, and I believe he'll come out P3, possibly P2. I believe P3. Obviously, that pit exit is slightly shorter than the first 2 turns. But he's dropped back quite a bit. I think that's him behind. Yeah, that is him behind Takis, I believe. So, no, it's not even him behind Takis, sorry. I believe he might just be still P2.
Yeah, no, he's not lost that much time. At the moment, Retiek is... Well, so he's actually not lost that much time to Retiek. He's only got a couple of seconds to gain on him, so I think soon enough we might see Super Striker overtake Retiek, unless Retiek goes into the pits as well. Maybe try and overcut him, hope that he can get more pace towards the end of the lap, or end of the race.
That will be a tactical decision from Ratiek. I think it would be completely justified if Ratiek does come into the pits. I do see Ratiek does control his tyres a little bit more, but Ratiek comes past the pits this lap, so if he leaves it too late, it'll be too late for the Delaria driver, and Super Striker looks to come through. But that is someone in turn 1. There's just a car in turn 1. Don't exactly know who that is.
And Takis in Sector 3 makes a move on Monkey Brawl, going up into P3.
Goes slightly wide though. goes slightly wide. Now Monkey will be looking to gain that position back on the Delaria driver, as we see coming down that into the third hairpin of the track into a flat left-hander. The Delaria driver is on the rear of that driver. See, Monkey loses the time and position every single time, but then all of a sudden he gets this kick of pace from the driver to deny Taki that position from the driver.
I wonder if Takis will pit or not, or if Monkey Ball will pit or not, because it's coming to the point where if they don't pit soon, if they wanted to pit, they will not gain enough time back.
I think it's optimal that they pit now. It's 10 laps remaining. We're basically third way through, and Ratiek come into the pits. Yeah, Ratiek did come into the pits there, so Ratiek taking the strategic position, and now comes out P2, justified, and I think Takis didn't come into the pits. So Takis now at this point, lap 17, I wouldn't come into the pits.
It would be a risk, a big risk.
You don't lose too much time in the pits though, because obviously turn 1, turn 2 are so slow, and the pit exit just goes right past them. So you don't lose too much time in the pits, but you do lose about 1 to 2 seconds in the pits, as we saw after Ratiek pitted. Super Striker took that position back. Let's see how close Super Striker is to Ratiek. Is Ratiek on the tail of Super Striker? So Ratiek took the strategic and overcut Super Striker, in fact, and now leading down into the S section. Super Striker will be looking to gain that position back. The championship rivals. Oh! Hold on, Ratiek's just coming to the pits again.
Uh-oh. Oh no, I know what's happened.
He slid into the pits.
He's done a stupid and he's slid into the pits, but he can't speed through the pits because that's not legal. So he's now had to do a stop so he doesn't get told off by the feds.
Yeah. So that is an interesting one. Sorry, that's blown me away there, because the area driver now lost the position to Super Striker because he did the funny into the pits.
There's now only a 3/10 gap between Monkey and Takis, so Takis isn't pushing up as much as maybe he was earlier. So, well, I'm kind of hoping, you know, as much as I love Monkey Brawl, Takis has been here for a while. I really want Takis to get a podium.
Yeah, and definitely. Now this is the bit where you do not want to pit. You've not pitted. That is coming into the pits now is a risk, I'd say. Losing that 1 to 2 seconds, I don't think you'll gain that back.
No, I think this. I don't think it's bad. I think it's last chance. Because if you lose in 1 to 2 seconds, you're still going to gain that in 6 laps. So if you haven't pitted yet, pit. Takis. Anyway.
ADB, just a little info on ADB. He did retire to connection issues. Takis does not come into the pits. He hit the wall there slightly as well. Monkey's currently taking that P3 position away from Takis, leading into turn 2. Monkey is for that P3 final podium position. I would love to see Takis take that podium step, but currently the way it is looking, that will not be successful for the Delaria driver. But it is still only 2 seconds, so completely possible from the.
I mean, it's a lot different though. There's a lot less mistakes coming from Monkey Brawl now, so I think that's where Takis was really like imposing himself. You know, there's like a stint of laps where Monkey Brawl was struggling in the final sector. So now I think he's struggling less. You can see his lap times. So 1:10.9. That's quite fast to say that he is on 1 tires, but yeah, no, I think it might. Unless he makes more mistakes, it might be over for Takis.
100%. Takis is obviously slowly. I'd say he's slowly gaining through these turns, but it's not enough by the end of the race to get that position done. Now we'll see if the delta changes from Monkey and Takis' race on that lap there. No, it's Monkey now increasing that gap. So Monkey seems to be faster on paper, but Takis is just not. I haven't seen any mistakes from Takis this entire race, and we come on board with him quite a lot.
I like Takis. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he is. Ratiek obviously lost six seconds in the pits, so that is not. So as we did witness, he slid and was sliding, and then slid into the pits. So we'll definitely need a pre-race interview of that. Currently, as it stands, just a little update on the driver standings. As we see, currently Ratiak leads, followed by Super Striker. But Super Striker will gain points, not position yet though. Gain points on that driver. And if we go to the team standings, we see Scuderia dominating. That's the constructor standings, with the Delaria teams about 30 points behind, and this will not be a good weekend for Delaria trying to gain positions on the scooter in that Constructors Championship. Now as we come back on board with Delaria driver Ratiek, 5.4, so he's still, this could, it's not enough. He's gaining about 5 to 4 tenths a lap on the scooter rear driver, but that will be not enough for the end of the race. Also, we're seeing invalidated lap times from Takis actually. So,
Are we?
yeah, he's invalidated his lap again.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, yes, in the middle sector. Oh, never mind. Sorry, my bad. No, sorry. Last lap.
Oh. No, he's got a. It's not red. Are you okay?
1:10.075. His last lap.
What? For wait.
For Ratiek.
Oh, Ratiek.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, I thought you were talking about Takis. No, yeah.
Takis, as we look at the lap times, Takis, where is Takis? So Takis is 7th, Monkey's 3rd, but obviously we saw, so it's a 1:12 from Monkey, and oh, hold on, Takis might lose another position though, to Jan, who Jan is slowly gaining. Sector 1 we have a yellow flag. I don't know what's happened there. We can find out if we
kind of screen now.
It's gone green again. So Jan will be looking to get that position on Takis. Takis slowed down quite a lot through these final couple laps. Maybe it was should have pitted and didn't pit. But Jan now basically on his tail, coming through that bridge straight, looking to get the move done into this hairpin. Does he get the move done? He's still side by side. Gets a bare exit speed though. Now coming into the trickiest part of the track. This is where we've seen FE1 drivers spin, but the FE2 drivers seem quite fine because their cars are a little bit more planted. Coming down this back straight now though, we do see that Scooter rear driver into the double left-handers, taking the lead. Taking the lead of this battle of P4. So Jan started in P2, dropped all the way down to P6 after a spin, and now P4. Now we see a yellow flag in sector 3. What is that for? Oh, hold on.
It could literally be anything.
Takis.
What?
Takis has dropped position, but we don't. I think someone might just be messing with the yellow flags. Otherwise,
I'm gonna cry.
Takis lost that position to Jan. Now Jan is pulling away. Jan might gain. If Jan pulls a miracle, he might just gain, but I don't think there's enough laps for him to gain. Takis is still slightly staying with Jan though at this point of time in the race. We could potentially see it come to the final battle, but Jan does seem to be pulling away at this time. Ratiek obviously 6.3 seconds behind. It's not been good for the Delaria driver this race. Super Striker looks, to be honest, I think Super Striker's just got to comfortably bring it home to the end of the race, and I think it should be Super Striker's race win here in Kyoto.
I think Jan can catch. Monkey Pro. If you look at the last laps, he gained like 1.3 seconds.
Yeah, Jan does seem to be coming rapid through these corners, and now Jan has Monkey Brawl in his sights. 2 seconds, it was about 6 seconds before. That is incredible.
He's got to go fast.
1:13 from Monkey Brawl and 1:11.4 from Jan. So Jan has to go fast. Monkey Brawl needs to stop making mistakes through these laps, and Jan will be able to catch. That is interesting. On the final 4 laps here, Jan just randomly gained pace.
I think he might have pitted. which is the issue that the other two drivers had. They didn't pit.
That is.
So he's gained like 12 seconds just by pitting.
He obviously also spun out very early. Was in that P2 position, but spun early and lost that P2 position. Went into P6. Obviously, believe he's pitted. We don't have that on our board, but I believe he has pitted. Wooly P7. So Super Strikers put laps all the way up to P7 now. Wooly.
What are the corner cut rules?
The corner cut rules are, I believe, 15cc possibly.
Right.
So Smart Teacup is, I don't know who Smart Teacup is, to be honest. Let me have a look. Jeffrey Mario is only 5cc away, I believe. So, yeah, Jeffrey Mario is the next to be lapped, but Jeffrey Mario won't get lapped by the end of the race, I believe. Super Striker is coming through that back straight, though. Super Striker's just had a dominant race here, and he will comfortably take the win from the driver of Ratiek. Now, this man has basically dominated every lap of this race. No mistakes from this Scuderia driver. Scuderia gonna take the win, and the driver for Scuderia, Super Striker, crosses that line. P1, Ratiek in P2, I believe, as we see him coming through that final chicane, coming across the line, takes P2. Now, Monkey Brawl versus Jan. Jan is still a little bit behind. Jan hasn't given it all, but I believe it won't be enough. And we see, unless we see a mistake into this final chicane from the, I believe it is Avalanche, the Avalanche driver, which we don't. He comes through that chicane, looking to take it like a nice breeze. Jan has done his absolute utmost and crosses the line only less than 2 seconds behind. So 6 seconds to 1.5 seconds through that final laps there. Takis is P5. Jeffrey Marrow will come across that line in P6 unless there is a change in positions.
I feel bad for Takis. Takis could have had a podium there, but he got stolen away. And then also, his P4 also got stolen away by a certain Frenchman. So, although I think if Jan didn't have that spin, he would have been battling for maybe P2.
Yeah.
But yeah, that spin's cost Jan. That spin's cost Jan. So, decent race. We need to try and get some people to speak, but I don't know how many of them will speak.
We will just go to a short intermission break then, whilst we wait to get some driver interviews. We will be back in a couple of seconds for this race. Okay.
What? Because Takis doesn't speak, does he? Super Striker speaks. Does Ratiek speak? Does Monkey Brawl speak? Can I ask a question, Leo? You know, on this here, why is it Mexican? Why is it Mexican? No, I didn't. I looked at a bit, but why is it Mexican? Right. That makes a lot of sense. Where the fuck? Oh, there's Super Striker. Hey, Super Striker. Who is? What the fuck is he here? Right, okay. We need GRD Samurai. Who? Okay. Who got? Wait. So we need Monkey Brawl. But he's left. So we can't do the podium because there's no. I'll pick the fucking. Oh my god, the fucking champagne didn't even work. Right, I don't think anyone wants to interview, so I think we can just.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the video. Race was Super Striker after a slightly finish from Sebastian, the Valero driver Sebastian, followed by the so that race was top 5 of the race. Everyone have a good day, and that is the end of the FE2 race for this weekend.